you see that thing up there? Don't know if you can see it, but that's actually called the sun. Yeah, my daughter had to tell me what that was this morning. This strange bright thing in the sky, and then the sky's blue as well, which is another rare sight. But yeah, maybe the weather's going to pick up a little bit, hopefully anyway. But today we have a little bit of a task in hand. We've had a flood of calves in the last few days. Fair enough, we only have 3 bull calves on the entire farm. Everything else is heifers, so it's been absolutely brilliant. Can't complain there. It's just that we have a lot of them at the one time. We have 2 calving pens here, and we have a division gate there, obviously, and we have a lot of cows calved in here, so we're going to clean this all out, and we've a bit of storage down there in the corner. And what I'm going to do is, now that we have a lot of our cows calved, I think we've only have 7 cows. Yes, 7 cows now left to calve, and 3 of them will be calved probably either today or tonight, and then we're just left with a few stragglers, as we call them, at the end. But everything's been going really well. It's still only the beginning of March, like, so we're calving has been pretty good the year, although the ones that are late are going to be very, very late. They're running into the end of April. Even we have 2 there that's going to be in the beginning of May. That was, Lepto was to blame there. They were AI-eyed a few times, just didn't hold. But they were too good, too young to let go, so we kept on at them. And eventually they hill and calf, and hopefully everything will go well with them. Yeah, so we're going to clean this all out now and get this all rebedded. And I'm going to move little calves that's down here. Well, say little calves, they're big calves now. They're 2 months old and they're just off milk replacer. That's why they're roaring. So they're just off milk replacer now. And they're coming running again for the gate, because I would have had a yoke hanging here for the calves to drink out of, and every time they see the door open, they think that it's feeding time. So just close the door so they don't deafen you. So they're 2 months. They're 2 months old now, so it's time for them to come off milk replacer. We normally keep them on milk replacer to about 2 months. They're around 2 months old. So that's it. We're ready for the now. Let's get cracking. Get the shear grab here on the tractor. Everything's ready to go, and we get this all cleaned out and get these calves moved. And then up above we have another house up there, which again is full of heifer calves, and they're on milk replacer now, and they'll be moved down and torn to that house in the corner, and we just keep moving them around, and eventually when we get the 5 in here, so often we can still use the lower pen then as a calving pen. With the 5 up here, there's plenty of room for the 5 to run around here, and we'll keep it for the next couple of cows that has to calve. And then eventually we can open the gate out, and we can put 10, maybe 10, 12 heifer calves in here and just bed the whole thing out, and that will save a lot of work, because at the moment they're in small houses, and anyone that knows has calves in small houses. It's great, yes, it's nice and comfortable, but an awful cleaning out. Every day we're cleaning these calves out, and it's just an unending task, so it is. So get them in here, we can bed them up a bit heavier, and at least they'll be easier to look after. So, all bedded, all cleaned up. Time now to get them in. You'll probably see when they go in, I have a few cameras up. I have one here on the corner, I'll have one here on the side. I'll put a few cameras up because it's always a lovely feeling, or a lovely sight to see calves moved into a different house, into a bigger open house, because you'll see their enjoyment now in a few minutes, and it's always a nice feeling. It'll be equally as nice to see the cows out in the field, because they'll behave the same way, but it's always a nice feeling to see animals happy. So I'll get down here into the house, we'll line up these gates here, and I'll strap a GoPro to my head. I'll leave a couple of them here on the gates, so you'll get hopefully get a nice shot of the calves, these 5 calves coming into their new bed for a few weeks. Let me, girls, mum. Yeah. trot up as well. Oh, sucky, come on, come on. Come on. Oh, out. Easy, calm down. So it'll take them a wee while to actually figure out where they are. They'll be a bit afraid at the moment, but you'll find in a few minutes they'll take into dancing. We'll clean out this house now where they came out of, and we move another 5 down from above. They're on milk replacer now. These, as I say, are just after being weaned off milk replacer, and they're on straw, silage and meal now, and they're eating a lot of meal at the minute, so they're doing very well. I'm very happy with these. So you can see it's quite messy in here now, and that's just one day. This time yesterday it was cleaned out spotless and rebedded and everything, and it just every day it's the same task. We take a bit of bar of stuff out of it every day. Oh look, it doesn't take very long, but it's just an extra job. They had outgrown it. Look, they're eating an awful lot of stuff, and the more they eat, the more the crap, basically. So we'll get the other calves down. We'll give this a good clean out first, get the other calves down and put them in. They're about a month, maybe a little more than a month younger than them ones. Another batch of five heifer calves. So then we can in turn then move other calves up into where they can. Just keeps the rotation moving, leaves up a bit of space for our cows to calve, which we will have very shortly. So we get cracking on that now. So just when I'm cleaning out this shed, a lot of people ask me, what do we put our calves in? Do we bed them heavy, or just how do we keep them dry when they're laying? So a lot of people use pallets, just ordinary wooden pallets. What I do is I have 3 pallets here. It's a bit hard to see them now, it's kind of wet because I'm taking off a lot of the bedding. We patch there is dry, so there's no point in removing that. But anyway, there's wet and soggy. I remove that, and then we're going to just bed it up now again with fresh straw. I just basically nail them together, and then I screw a board the whole way along here and leave it sitting up about 3 inches above the top of the pallet. That way the straw, when you bed it out, the calves can't pull the straw down on the ground as much, so it holds the straw in place. That's all that's for. And then with the pallets, I remove the bottom boards underneath, and I just leave the runners. That way when the bottom boards doesn't hold on to straw that falls down between the boards as much, and the drainage gets away a lot quicker. Just simple things, but pallets is great for keeping calves nice and dry and off the ground. So I'm going to bed this out now, and then we're going to get the calves down. Come on. One. One, that's it. Where you go? One. Keep mouthing on. One. Ah, be God, you're flying. Ah, great, the door closed. Typical. Shh, shh. So I'll swap over to this camera here, which is better in low light. First, I mean, I'm going to put their trot down here now, get their drinker set up for the milk replacer here on the gate. Just one thing of advice, any is they're not used to, or maybe starting up farming for the first time. With young calves, it's very, very important to have fresh water with them from a very early age. Calves do need fresh water. It's something that a lot of people overlook. Especially when they go on milk replacer, but calves do need fresh water, and you can't expect calves to do well if they haven't got plenty of fresh water for them. Some people might think that they'll drink too much water, and that's correct, but they'll only do that once or twice until they get used to the right consumption and the right balance. You might wonder why I have a wee gate hanging here in front. When it's actually hung, I can open and close it in and out of the house, throw open the door, and when it gets a bit warmer, and just let a bit of fresh air in. And that's just a simple reason for that. But it serves its purpose really well. I have the yoke hung there now for them to drink. They're pretty much settled in now. It took them a wee while to get used to the new surroundings, but they're clean and happy, and that's all that matters. So, any have been watching our Instagram page last night would have seen this shed lit on. This calf was born 10:30 last night. Nice big bull calf. But they're sort of twin heifers. And for twins, they're really happy with them. Very lively. Good drinkers. That should make very good calves. Most of you know, if it had been a bull and a heifer, the heifer would have more or less been infertile, basically. It's usually 90% of the time that's what happens. But when you get two heifers, they're perfectly fine, which was brilliant to get. Two for the price of one. And a couple of heifers here as well. We've one bull here and two more heifers. So they're all calved here in the last 2 to 3 days. And as I say, there'll be another three in here now in the next less than 24 hours. I know there'll be a couple of Belgian Blues probably here too. So they're starting to come now, because most of the cows, the early cows, are calved. We like to just keep our heifers from late December, January and February. So the rest of them we normally put a continental of some sort into them. So that's what I'm saying, we're packed up, as you can see. And this is just a house just for calves up until about 10 days old, and then I moved on. So we're going to take out the 3 oldest ones, or 4 oldest ones actually, and move them up here, where the other ones are after coming out of. Like you'll see it better. So yeah, we're going to clean this all out now, and that'll clear up 4 spaces here. Then we'll have to clean this all out, and it takes up a good part of the day, but it's a job that's worth doing. It's going to give us a bit of relief, take the pressure off. So yeah, let's get to it. That's them in their house now. I had 4 up here. I had to put 2 back down, because I got a phone call within minutes of making that last clip. A fella has actually bought the 2 of them, so he's actually bought 4. He has bought the 2 that's there tagged, and he bought the 2 that was only calved there a couple of days ago, yes, actually one of them just yesterday. So he's picking 2 of them up tomorrow, and he's taking the other ones a couple of days later when they just go by their 10 days. So it's good to get rid of a couple of bull calves. That's what I say, British Friesian, they're easy to sell, they're easy to get rid of. They do well, they generally do well for people. So that's them all set up for the night. Probably move a couple more up when they get a little bit older. Everything's alright now, we have 2 spaces available. we'll fill them spaces now probably in the next 2 hours, because I know I have 3 cows at the minute that are sick to calve, so they're going to be calving now in the next, hopefully before bedtime. Be nice to get a couple of cows in the daytime instead of everything at night. But yeah, we'll get 2 more in here, and then we'll probably have to bring one of them up here until the morning, until we get a couple gone. So you remember in the last video I asked people what this was for. Well, a lot of you guessed, a lot of guesses. Even on Instagram I got a lot of messages of what it was for. Everybody is fairly on the right road. Not everybody got it right though, about 50-50. Some people thought it was for holding the cover up, some people thought it was for pulling the tires down. No, you're on the right track, but it is pit related. But no, usually when our pit gets about halfway to the halfway mark, we slope the pit this way. So the runoff comes down to the yard, and then we get the midways, we slope it to the back, because it can run off, the water can run off to the other side as well. So when we're putting it back from this side upwards, you're rolling uphill, and you have 4 covers, which can be very, very heavy. So very, very hard on your back. Pulling at that kind of way is what really destroys your back. So I had that little boy there, pushed up again the cover, put the shear grab again this side. You can use the opening and closing of the shear grab to adjust your level, and just push it back. It doesn't rip the cover. It's just brilliant. It's very quick and easy, saves you an awful hassle. So that's all that's for. Simple but very effective. So well done to all of you who got it right. That is what it's for. And yes, had to fix the drinker. I put a new drinker in, because I absolutely made bits of the other one. I actually cut out the wheel when I was converting in back a couple of days ago, and I was really annoyed at myself, because it's a good GFC drinker, and yeah, just I gave out to myself. Let's say I said a few choice words in the tractor when I did it, but look, that's one of those things, joys of farming. Anyway folks, as always, thanks for watching. Any yous are new to the channel, don't you not forget to subscribe. Hit that button on the top right hand corner, be notified when any new videos goes up, and until then we'll catch you on the next one.